Hello everyone, today we'll be unboxing Italian heavy cruiser Pola 1941 in 1/350 scale from Hobbyboss. So, this is a pretty big box, cardboard. I'm going to focus in right here so I can actually see the good details. So in the front, we get this very good illustration of the Pola out in, it appears, the mountain range. Because if those were waves, you might be in a bit of trouble. So right on the outside, we have some history for the Pola. You get a nice illustration of it right here. And then you can see that this was model was distributed by Squadron. Copyright 2009. Here's some English translation. I guess the translation is not as bad as trumpeter translations. Like, the trumpeter translations are god-awful. Length is 522.2 millimeters. Beam is 58.8 millimeters. Okay, now let's get her open and take a look at the parts in here. Okay, so the first thing we see is the painting guide. The painting guide is a very standard camouflage. You have the back is wooden. The front is the classic Italian peppermint candy cane stripe, and then there's no camouflage pretty much, and then you have the center part's dark gray. Bottom is red. I might do mine as green. Actually says some paints may not be available in your country. Please check your local hobby store for a substitute. Very cool. Most hobby companies don't actually tell you that, and you get a pretty good printout of the ship. Okay, so going to a side, let's take a look at the instructions. Instructions look a lot like trumpeter instructions, because I'm pretty sure Hobbyboss and trumpeter had something going on between the two of them, and that they had the same toolings. Okay, so let's take a look at. So it doesn't actually give you a sprue map. Wait, it's on the back. Okay, so here's the sprue map. We have the hull, A sprue, which is the deck, B is the stand, C is all of the weaponry as well as the small boats, rangefinders, and the D is all the structures and superstructures and funnels, and you also have water slide decals. So let's take a look at the instructions and see what we're doing. So first thing we're doing, we put the propeller shafts on to the propeller shaft supports and the rudder onto the lower hull. Then you assemble the upper works, which are the forward rangefinders, the superstructure, and then you build the lower parts of the superstructure. Those parts go on. Then you build the aft superstructure with more machine guns. Then you build the mast together. Then you make the two types of turrets. That's the one with the rangefinders up there. You make rangefinders, another funnel, another pair of secondary guns. That all goes onto the main deck below. Then you build even more secondary guns, and it seems that these secondary guns have the bottom part, so they'll be able to turn. You build some more anti-aircraft guns right there. Superstructure all comes together in one piece, and it looks like all the turrets can turn. Very nice. Then in the front and back, you build the forward deck, rear deck with additional turrets. Plane goes in the front, which is very interesting. Then you build some of the stair things. The stand comes together, superstructure goes on, and you put the boats on there, and then you're finished. Sweet. Okay, so now let's take a look at the actual parts. So I got this kit at the ASMS Capital Classic Convention. Very nice. I won a bunch of awards there, and I also got some very nice deals. So let's take a look at this. So right here is the A sprue. The A sprue has the forward deck right here, the center deck, the upper superstructure, and the rear deck. But unfortunately, it seems that these parts have warped very badly. I mean, they've been in the box for a long time, and older trumpeter plastic quality was not the best. But alas, the details on here are still pretty nice, and I'll try airbrushing this time for the first time, which would be very cool. You have the pretty standard stand down here. Nothing special. This is the B sprue. albeit you can see the flow lines on here. Again, it's the older quality plastic, as well as the punch, the ejector pin marks here. So let's get those two back in there and take another look at the next set of parts. So this is the main hull. The hull has the chin part right down there. I think that was for the paravanes to go through. And then the bottom doesn't look the best. Mostly it's just down to the clip-on parts, or the parts where it got cut off. Those definitely need to be sanded. And this part as well. The tooling quality on here was certainly not the best. It's an older kit, so I guess there's that. On the inside, it seems that you can install a motor on here and motorize it. It's interesting. And there's just a bunch of pin lines in here for the ejector molds. And some holes on the back do seem that they need to be drilled. But overall, I don't think it's too bad of a tooling. Okay, let's take a look at the next pair of sprues. So, this pair of sprues is the C and D sprues. The C sprues has the numerous boats that this thing carries, the anchors, boat davits, searchlights, additional boats, propellers, propeller shafts, anti-aircraft guns, secondary guns, bases for the secondary guns, as well as the interior parts for them. So there's a lot of parts for the secondaries. Rangefinders, paravanes, and the main battery turrets right here. So this is all the weapon system aboard. And you also have some machine guns right here as well. The D sprue, on the other hand, has most of the superstructure parts on here, albeit the bridge doesn't actually have any windows on there, which is going to be a bit interesting to make. We have the funnels right here. These are 2 funnels. And then the funnels, like the rear funnel, comes with the superstructure. You have the back superstructure, and then the walls right here, as well as the plane, which is this thing, and the propeller guards, as well as parts for the mast, and additional ladders on here. So overall, this 1 through 50 scale kit doesn't... Oh, and one more thing before I forget. It does come with decals, and the decals are just Pola, the World War II Italian symbol, and the plain tail thing. And that's about it. Yeah, so this is definitely an older kit, so you'll be able to see, like, the older quality of the plastic, which is not entirely a bad thing. With some good sanding, it shouldn't be a big issue. I can probably fix this up very nicely. It's just probably going to take some time. I guess you're right. You say you get what you paid for. I paid $15 for this kit at the show. I think it's good enough of quality. I can do this. Anyways, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and share this video.